Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslidge. At a recent press conference, Mayor Frank Jackson revealed his expansive neighborhood transformation initiative for the city.
The $25 million neighborhood transformation initiative was specifically created to leverage private investment in neighborhoods where traditional development models don't work, and where developers and lenders have considered it to be too risky for their investment. We've been working for over a year now to put together the details of a development infrastructure, create the partnerships and collaboration, and to identify the neighborhoods for this concentrated and strategic investment effort.
Cleveland's Director of Economic Development, David Ebersole, talks about the effect the mayor's initiative will have on area businesses.
We are developing a fund to fund mixed-use, mixed-income development to increase commercial options and opportunities in the neighborhoods. We are creating new programs to revitalize and refresh our existing retail storefronts to create new opportunities. And we are partnering with a number of entrepreneurship programs to expand their reach into these neighborhoods and help give prospective business owners and entrepreneurs the opportunities for success and wealth generation that the market has not traditionally provided.
Director of Community Development, Michael Cosgrove, says the initiative will help those with little to negative equity on their homes.
More than $3 million in funding will be used to write down construction costs for 25 new construction homes on land bank land and 25 rehabilitated vacant houses. We'll allocate this funding through two separate RFPs, one for new construction and one for rehab, that will be administered by the Cleveland Citywide Development Corporation. Successful developers will have to demonstrate their capacity and also obtain conventional construction financing that will be combined with the Neighborhood Transformation Initiative write-down loans.
For years, he's been known as the executive director of Cleveland's Community Relations Board, but now Blaine Griffin has a new title.
Mr. Griffin is the new councilman for Ward 6 due to the retirement of Councilwoman Mamie Mitchell. Councilman Griffin is very excited about the new role he will be taking on.
Well, Ward 6 has always been a special place to me. I really want to take care of the needs and issues of the people of the ward. I know that we have challenges, but we also have some tremendous potential. So I really want to go to work over there. I mean, a lot of people want the title, but I want the job. So I'm looking forward to going over there and working hard for the people of Ward 6.
Council President Kevin Kelly says that though Councilwoman Mitchell will be missed, he is looking forward to working with Councilman Griffin.
Well, I can tell you this is a great addition to the council. We're going to really miss Mamie, but the addition of Blaine, he brings a tremendous amount of skills, a tremendous amount of experience, and he's somebody that is going to be good to work with. He's easy to work with. He's smart. He's tough. He knows what the issues are, and I'm just looking forward to working with him.
Ward 9 Councilman Kevin Conwell recalls the first time he met Councilman Griffin.
You know what? I was the first person that he met when he came off of the bus. He would help me in the neighborhood with jobs for people. And then he even tried to take my job away from me. What that is, I used to do fatherhood initiative back in the early 90s. Yeah. Kept trying to recruit guys to get jobs. And then this guy right here, will recruit young men in the community to teach them how to be men. Young boys to teach them how to be men. So I would have to recruit fathers, which is real good. So when I see him, and my wife also, County Councilman Yvonne Councilman, we just look and beam and smile. He's like family.
Out of everyone who attended the reception welcoming Councilman Griffin, one person there couldn't have been more proud: his mother.
I'm very proud. We exhibit the typical American story. We come from humble background, and for him to see him make it like this, I'm very proud.
After the reception, Griffin went to City Council chambers where he was officially sworn in as the new councilman for the City of Cleveland's Ward 6.
Everyone at TV20 would like to congratulate Councilman Blaine Griffin and wish him the best in his new position. And speaking of changing jobs, longtime Assistant Director of Building and Housing Ron O'Leary has a new job too: judge.
At a ceremony held in City Council chambers, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson swore in O'Leary as the new Housing Court judge for the Cleveland Municipal Court.
discharge, and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me as judge
all the duties incumbent upon me as judge
of the Housing Division of the Cleveland Municipal Court,
of the Housing Division of the Cleveland Municipal Court,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding. This I do,
This I do,
as I shall answer unto God.
as I shall answer unto God.
Congratulations.
Mayor Jackson then gave a strong vote of confidence to Judge O'Leary.
You have to have a leader in this court that has the right, not only knowledge, but disposition to do the right thing in this court, and that's Judge O'Leary.
After being sworn in, Judge O'Leary thanked his friends and family who supported him as he transitioned to his new role as judge and spoke of the main goal of the Housing Court.
Housing Court handles over 3,000 criminal cases and 11,000 civil cases per year. Even though our court is one of the busiest in the state, our goal is to treat every person that we serve professionally and with respect. We understand how important each case, whether the person is a tenant with children who need to live near where their school is, or a neighbor who fears for herself and her children because of the vacant house next door, or for the grandson living in his grandparents' home who's trying to save it from foreclosure.
After having previously served as commissioner of Burke Lakefront Airport, Khalid Bahar was sworn in as the interim commissioner of Hopkins International Airport. Mayor Jackson had nothing but praise for the work Mr. Bahar has done.
Before I administer the oath, I would like to say that I worked very closely with the commissioner during the tragedy with the plane that crashed into the lake. And during that time, I saw him in action, and I saw his skills and his ability to manage crisis, and how he was not only able to manage that, but to have the kind of sensitivity to communicate with the family family members of the people who lost their lives.
At a solemn ceremony at the headquarters of the Cleveland Division of Police, the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge Number 8, held their 2017 Badge Case Ceremony, an event that kicks off Police Memorial Week in the city of Cleveland.
Our badge case, the Cleveland Police Memorial, is one of the most cherished possessions in the Cleveland Division of Police. It holds the badges which memorialize those officers who proudly raised their hands and took an oath of office to protect our communities, and while doing so made the ultimate sacrifice. They left behind family, friends, and co-workers to mourn their loss and continue their lives without them. It is our duty to ensure that their memory will be forever remembered.
The ceremony served to memorialize badge number 2453, the badge of the Cleveland police officer, David Fahey.
On Tuesday, January 24, 2017, at 0600 hours, the city of Cleveland lost a great public servant. Officer David Fahey was assigned to the 1st District. He and his partner were dispatched to assist another police agency that was investigating a fatal motor vehicle accident. Officer Fahey was in the process of redirecting traffic with road flares when he was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver.
In remembering Officer Fahey, Police Chief Calvin Williams says it's been 10 years since a badge has been added to the badge case.
And unfortunately, this year we have to add a badge for a great officer who served this community with honor and unfortunately gave his life to this community.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Cleveland police officer David Fahey.
Glenville High School held a very important symposium designed to spark interest in and hopefully increase the number of females for a very noble profession, that of Cleveland firefighter.
The city of Cleveland is having a symposium here for the city. All females, anybody wants to be in the fire department, especially geared towards females, because we need a diversity more in females and trying to recruit more to experience this wonderful career and to take on the legacy of continuing the diversity within the city of Cleveland.
The symposium featured a panel discussion from the females of the Cleveland Division of Fire as they spoke about their experiences and took questions from the crowd. Ward 9 Councilman Kevin Conwell, along with his wife, Cuyahoga County Councilwoman for District 7, Yvonne Conwell, says there are great benefits for qualified women to join Cleveland's Division of Fire.
They need to see success. The women need to see success. So they see the other firefighters, the other 4 women, and their trials and tribulations and how did they got there. So we're going to help bring in more. And the job start off with $50,000 a year. And they only work 90 days out of the year. So they could be single mothers and taking care of a family. And you could be a firefighter with a meaningful job with meaningful benefits.
Because the city of Cleveland has around 400 job positions open, and many of them are in our safety forces. And so that is very important to have your community be able to be represented by people that live in the community.
Firefighter Daphne Tyas has a final message for any woman who is still on the fence about becoming a Cleveland firefighter.
I would like to say to the women in the city of Cleveland especially, firefighting is for women and for men. A woman can do that job just as well. It has been always that a fireman is the only one who can do the job. I am a testimony, and so many women across the United States of America, ranging from chiefs to firefighters to lieutenant captains. They are on the fire department throughout the whole United States of America.
Representatives from the fire departments throughout the country congregated at the West End of downtown Cleveland as the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters held their annual regional conference. The IABPFF has a long and rich history, says President Addington Stewart.
Well, the IABPFF is an organization of African-American firefighters that was actually formed in 1970 to deal with discrimination and issues within the fire service, uplifting and promoting members to want to become firefighters in our communities.
Stewart says the main topic of discussion at the conference is increasing the recruitment of African Americans.
The numbers in the fire service have gone down. We tend to still use those antiquated testing systems of multiple choice tests to determine who will be firefighters in some cities exclusively. And those have all been termed to be adverse to African Americans and minorities. But with the new wave of technology and things that are out there, we ought to be able to come to some type of organizing and plans where we can develop better testing processes, make sure they're fair.
Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson welcomed the members of the IABPFF and gave advice about increasing the number of African American firefighters.
The only way that you're going to be successful going forward to maintain your numbers and grow numbers is if you recruit. And that means work. That means you have to go out and you have to beat the bushes. You just can't give them the information and think they're going to follow through and do it. They're not. You have to give them information, then you're going to have to hold their hand. You're going to have to take them there. You have to do all those things that are necessary if we really are sincere and serious about stabilizing the ranks and growing the ranks.
Cleveland Fire Chief Angelo Cavillo says recruiting is the first step. Preparation is the second.
It is about recruitment, but it's also about preparing our people to prepare for that examination. That's the next step, and it's going to take work and effort. You know, in order to compete and get on that list, you have to be prepared. Just like if you're taking a bar exam or MCATs or medical, there's preparation, and that's what we need to provide for our people so that they can compete.
For more information on the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters, visit their website at iabpf.org.
Well, have you ever wondered how Cleveland has such great and tasty water? To answer those questions, the city's water department held its annual Drinking Water Week open house.
Each year, the city's water department invites customers to join them at one of their 4 water treatment plants for tours, demonstrations, and a host of family-friendly activities. This year, the doors for the Nottingham Water Treatment Plant at 1300 Chardon Road in Cleveland were open to the public in honor of National Drinking Water Week. Customers on the tour were taught how the city's H2O gets treated.
Water treatment is a very involved art, if you will, almost as much art as it is science. And they can see the water treatment process from beginning to end. They see the raw water pumps that bring the water into the plant. They see the settling basins, they see the filters, they see the chemical addition, they see the laboratories where we do the chemical treatment controls, if you will. They get a feel for the control systems of our water treatment process. So they get a good feel of the entire water treatment process here at our Nottingham Water Treatment Plant.
If you are interested in registering for a tour of one of the water treatment plants, contact the Public Education and Outreach Team at 216-664-3173.
A week-long initiative to find employment for area job seekers was held at 5 Cleveland rec centers. But as Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson puts it, this is not a job fair.
As you know, this is a job match, not a job fair. A job match means that there are actual jobs available, and then you get matched up with those jobs if you meet the minimum qualification and all of that. So that's what this is about. Hopefully, every employer here will have the opportunity to fill up whatever slots that they have available with the people who come here.
For the Mayor's Job Match, as it's officially called, the City of Cleveland teamed up with the Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board to bring in area employers looking to hire qualified candidates on the spot. Grace Kilbane, Executive Director of the Workforce Development Board, loves the idea of the week-long job match, and if you're looking for a job, she can help.
The board runs Ohio Means Jobs. We are a free job service to anybody in the whole county, city, county. We have a number of locations that you can come to if you want help finding a job, brushing up your job seeking skills, your resume, your interviewing skills. We also, for people who are eligible, we do have some training funds available for like truck driving, machinists, healthcare. Last year we trained a little over 600 people, and we placed over 4,200 people in jobs last year in Cuyahoga County.
Along with the numerous employers who attended the various job match events was the City of Cleveland. And according to Human Resources Director Nicole West, Cleveland is hiring.
Most of our departments came out. We have Public Works, we have Department of Public Health, we have Aging, we have Public Safety, HR and Civil Service are here, so it's a strong showing from the City of Cleveland. So we're appreciative to our departments, our divisions for coming out, just spreading the word about their vacancies, what they're hiring for now, and actually things that they're hiring for in the future if people are looking for seasonal employment as well.
Each of the 5 job match events had a solid turnout. People came from all over looking for that one perfect job that matches their qualifications. One such person was Muhammad Amazri, a refugee from Syria who's been in Cleveland for 3 months.
Today I'm looking for a job. I am a pastry chef. I like the job in America.
Larry Watts is using the Mayor's Job Match to learn about new positions available within the City of Cleveland.
It's been very good. I've gotten some good information and thought about some things I didn't think about, some places to work that I hadn't thought about. I probably would have never applied for.
Mario Mercurio is a recruiter for the Cleveland Clinic, one of the biggest employers in Cleveland. Mario thinks this is a great way for potential candidates to experience the interview process one-on-one.
Well, I think it's important for all the events I go to. It seems like most of the people here were prepared more than most, good resumes. I think it gives people an opportunity to interact. They can practice the skills that they don't get to that often. So when they do get in front of hiring managers, recruiters, and things like that, they're a little bit more polished. So I think it's important to give people the opportunity that sometimes might not have that many.
If you weren't able to stop by any of the Mayor's Job Match, don't worry. There are still plenty of jobs out there to be had. Be sure to visit ohiomeansjobs.com for a list of jobs available throughout Cuyahoga County. For a list of job openings here in the City of Cleveland, go to the City of Cleveland's website and select the link for Human Resources. Well, don't change that channel. We're going to have much more news when we return to TV20 News.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back to TV20 News. Residents at one CMHA apartment building are finally getting on the information superhighway thanks to a program aimed to connect the unconnected. We sent TV20 reporter Dan Monroe to bring us this story.
The company is called Digital C, and they've teamed up with several organizations, including the Cleveland Metropolitan Housing Authority, to bring the fastest high-speed internet in town to the residents of the Cedar Extension high-rise on East 30th, all for free.
Most of the residents here prior to this project were not aware of the internet, were not online, could not afford access, so what we've brought to them is really a pathway into the 21st century.
Not only do the residents get access to high-speed internet, but they also get a free computer system as well. But this all comes with a catch. All residents need to go through special training before they can safely go online.
So the digital divide, the way we're looking to address it is a three-pronged approach. First is this access that we've bought today, but access doesn't mean much if you don't have a device to get online, and then having a device doesn't really matter if you don't know how to use it. So we're really trying to address all three of those components, and we have great partners that are providing the refurbished computers, and then partners to provide the training as well. So all the residents will go through 3 weeks of training, and then once they're done with that training, they get a desktop that they can use in their apartment.
Ward 5 Councilwoman Phyllis Cleveland was at the ceremony to get the residents logged on and calls this whole initiative awesome.
The connectivity, from what I understand, is the best certainly the best in Cleveland, and probably it ranks up there with the tops in Silicon Valley even. This is really just an amazing accomplishment, amazing project, an amazing labor of love, from tech advocates and hackers in this community and CMHA. Lev Gonick and One Community, Digital C, and just so many other partners to make this happen for residents who are traditionally locked out of the most important opportunities that we all expect.
Julian Curtis, planning coordinator with the CMHA, says this initiative is about changing people's lives.
It's more than just a house. It's those services that wrap around the individual, that uplift the individual, that's going to improve their situation. Housing is of utmost importance. It's a need for all of us, but there's more to it than that. It's about the interpersonal relationships we have with our residents, how we're able to help them grow and change and be a part of the economy and be part of their community and engage with not only us, but their friends, their neighbors, their relatives, their family, their friends, and the internet helps you do so much of that.
At the Cedar Extension high-rise for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
The 8th Annual Asian Festival was recently held in Asiatown neighborhood at Payne and East 27th Street. The two-day event featured 2 stages with entertainment, delicious Asian cuisine, over 120 vendors, demo areas showcasing martial arts, and much more. Mayor Frank Jackson was on hand and congratulated those who made the festival possible.
I want to welcome everyone to the 8th Annual Asian Festival and really congratulate the organizers and thank the volunteers and all the sponsors. Things like this happen and we go to it and we have a great time, but you never know the work that goes into it. And that comes from the staff and the volunteers that put in all the work and organize this to make it happen. So congratulations and thanks to them.
Co-founder of the event, Johnny Wu, spoke with us about the ever-growing festival.
The Cleveland Asian Festival was created for the whole idea to build bring up the Asiatown community, to bring economic growth to this area, to showcase people the culture that we have, diversity culture we have in Cleveland. So 8 years ago we started it with 10,000 people, the one-day event, till now the 8 years. And we hope to reach last year we did reach 48,000, so hopefully we get a similar amount this year.
The Asian Festival is located in Ward 7 and is represented by Councilman TJ Dow.
This community, of course, is important for Ward 7, but it's really important for the city of Cleveland. This is a destination spot for Asians in our community, but it also is where you can come and learn about their culture. It has to be more than just a title and a name. I learned a little bit this year, and I learn a little bit every year, and just the good food here as well. So it's just somewhere you can go one day out or 2 days out of the year to kind of learn about the Asian culture.
Cleveland is a diverse city. We have so many ethnic groups. There's over 137 ethnic groups in Cleveland. And this area represents a very good example of Asian Americans, Slovenians, and other community members that live in this neighborhood. So AThon is the diverse neighborhood for everybody to be here. So we're here to embrace and have a great time with everybody and learning each other's cultures.
The weather is warming up finally, and the sun is out, and with that, so are people on bicycles. We sent TV20 reporter Dan Monroe to Clark Elementary School to bring you this story about an annual gathering of bike riders.
Some call it a bike bonanza, others call it a bike-a-palooza, but Cleveland's Police Foundation simply call it their annual bike-a-thon. The 11th annual bike-a-thon, to be exact. Hilda Abre, organizer of the bike-a-thon, explained why this event is so important to the community.
It's just a fun event to bring communities together, bring policing. We have this issue with the police in the community right now that we need to break that barrier. So we bring everybody together just to have fun, go on the right bike, and have some food and have fun like we have all morning long.
Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson stopped by Clark Elementary on this beautiful day to check out the fun and talk with the residents.
You know, this is a great event. It involves the police, other safety forces, and community groups. So again, have a good time while you're here and ride safely.
Besides riding bikes, attendees had a chance to talk with members of Cleveland's bicycle police force, learn about fire safety at the Division of Fire Smokehouse, and get up close to the horses of the mounted police. Captain Keith Solzer says it's important for the police to continually interact with the community.
We don't have enough positive interactions between kids and the police, and this is a great opportunity for us to get out there. We have the bike unit here, which is a great community policing tool. They're going to be riding the bikes with the kids, but they're talking to the kids about safety. They're talking about bike helmets. They're talking about safety on the streets. But it's just giving the kids a chance to know a policeman in a different perspective that we don't do enough of, and that's something that this administration has said we need to get out there and do more of these kind of positive interactions with the kids and the police.
Though the event was free, there was one requirement for admission. All bike riders must wear a helmet. If you didn't have one, that wasn't a problem because helmets were being given out to those who needed them. 20 bicycles were also being given away to some lucky boys or girls in attendance, but the highlight of the day came when Cleveland's bike cops led everyone on a bicycle tour through the neighborhood. At Clark Elementary School for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
A few vacant rundown homes in Slavic Village recently received a colorful facelift by some local artists.
People picked up their paintbrushes and turned to their creative side as Rooms to Let returned to Slavic Village for a 4th year. Each year, Slavic Village Development selects a group of curators to transform vacant homes throughout the neighborhood. Some of the homes are slated for demolition. Each team of artists transforms the interior and exterior of the 3 dilapidated houses into temporary art exhibits.
It's pretty exciting. The artists can take attic, basements, any room in the house and convert it into an exhibit. Some of these folks are incredibly creative. They do some pretty wild things. There's also some really good social things. They challenge your consciousness and they make you think, which is what art should be doing. But the artist can really make something out of what was a horrible situation into something we can celebrate. So then this temporary exhibit ends, we'll demolish the houses and then start building some new houses and renovating houses and really start changing the scene of our neighborhood, the old Broadway Slavic Village neighborhood.
Rooms to Let Cleveland is supported in part by the residents of Cuyahoga County through a public grant from Cuyahoga Arts and Culture. RTL also included a block party with live music, interactive art activities, and local food vendors.
More than 15,000 runners gathered at the home of rock and roll for the 40th annual Rite Aid Marathon. TV20's Enrique Correa was at the course and has more.
3, 2, 1.
And they're off. Thousands of people from all over the globe gathered to run in the 26.2-mile marathon, the half marathon, or the 10K. The Rite Aid Cleveland Marathon is one of the longest-standing running traditions in the Midwest, celebrating its 40th anniversary in 2017. It is one of the 50 oldest marathons in the U.S. The marathon helps to bring in about $18 million to Northeast Ohio.
You can't question the economic impact the marathon has on Cleveland. Millions of dollars, tons of people coming in to see our beautiful downtown Cleveland. So millions of dollars of economic impact. And for those who haven't been downtown in a while, it reintroduces them to our great urban core.
An estimated 15,000 runners from more than 40 states and several nations participated in the race weekend, which included Saturday's 5K and 8K events. The marathon also brings in thousands for charity each year.
Close to $200,000 will be raised through this race for this year. We've had an exceptionally good year. One of our charities is Prayers from Maria, who is the presenting sponsor of our expo, and we have about 30 different charities that will be represented today.
This year's marathon course is new and began outside Quicken Loans Arena, then made its way through Cleveland. The full marathon course went into Lakewood and Rocky River. All runners had to cross the Detroit Superior Bridge before finishing at Public Square. Once they crossed the finish line, runners received their medals.
It was hard at first, but I got in a good pace. Like the last mile was a little rough for me, but I did it.
I feel great. A little sore. My knees are a little grumpy, but I'm okay. It's my third time, my second Cleveland. I did good. I had my best time. I had a great personal best. I think it was 2:16. And it's pretty good.
To all those walkers and runners who competed and finished the marathon, I say congratulations. We're at Public Square. I'm Enrique Correa, TV20. We are Cleveland.
Once again, I competed, and this year I did the Challenge Series, competing the 8K on Saturday and the half marathon on Sunday. And that's me showing my medals at the finish line. Well, thanks for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.